So, according to Atari representatives, they don't want you calling this a console, and they don't want you quite calling their next project a computer either. So then what the hell is it? What's up, guys? Welcome back to the DC show. This is T. McNeil. Today is Friday. Let's talk some tech gaming news. So, Atari VCS console. I don't know if you guys actually remember the console. I made a video about the information a long time ago. I'd probably say roughly about a year and some change ago. And the console, computer, whatever it's supposed to be called, was originally supposed to release back in, I think, the spring of 2018. So now, guys, we're in the spring, get ready to go into the summer of 2019, and this box still hasn't hit the market as of yet. Alright, but according to Atari, like I said, they don't want you calling it a console, and they don't want you calling it a computer either. I'll go over the information and explain to you why, as confusing as that seems and sounds. Yes, it is what it is. Alright, now, the console, guys, starts off at, according to the information, $250. Furthermore, not only does it start off at $250, but it also does not come with a controller. Yes, you heard me correctly, it does not come with a controller. Now, what it does come with is for the ones who actually remember the original Atari 2600, it comes with the one or multi-directional stick, and it has it's a little box, has a stick, throw a stick on top that goes all like this, and it has the one little orange or red, I don't remember what color the button was, but there's one little button on the side, and it's pew 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 pew. Yeah, okay, you guys get it. Alright, that's the controller that it comes with, guys. It doesn't come with the standard multi-directional controller that we're all used to today. Okay, guys, that I think was Atari's first biggest mistake. I understand that you want to keep this thing retro, and at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with that. That's really for the old school gamers like myself, even the guys that are a lot older than me, because Atari originally came out in the late 70s anyway. I don't remember actually playing until about 88, 89. I was, 6, 7 years old. That's really when I first got my hands on Atari. So that's what I remember, okay? But again, they're trying to keep it retro. They're trying to keep it old school. But I don't think that was the best move. I think they should have included the regular controller. Now, keep in mind, guys, that the new controller that we all actually require and want for ourselves, talking about the new school gamers or semi old school like myself, whatever the case may be, that damn controller's going for $50 extra, okay? So now, if you don't want the controller in the box, you got to buy this console or computer, whatever you want to call it, for $250, and on top of that, you got to spend an additional $50. So now you're looking at $300 when you can do other things with that money, okay? I'll explain to you what I mean in a second. So, guys, let me go right into that. According to Atari representative, this is what they had to say. First off, representatives wanted to stress that despite outward appearances, this is not just a retro mini console along the lines of the NES Classic Edition or the recently announced TurboGrafx 16 Mini, or even the long-running Atari Flashback line. Yes, the VCS will come with a collection of classic games in the Atari Vault, and the Atari will also sell classic 2600 ROMs that work through a built-in emulator. Raspberry Pi. And yes, players can buy $50 wireless rumbling 4-directional single-button digital joystick modeled after Atari's classic design that comes complete with the modern touches like menu buttons and LED light ring that responds to directional input, and a stick that rotates on its axis for paddle controls. Alright, guys. Excuse me, guys. Raspberry Pi. So you would be better off getting something else, man. You know, the thing is, guys, for $250, you really could just go to Microsoft and just get like Xbox One S all digital, okay? Which I can't believe I just said that on camera, because really the all digital is not a bargain either. First of all, that I think alone is more goddamn money than you should be paying anyway. And I say that because it's all digital. It doesn't have an optical drive. So without an optical drive, even if you're one of those people like myself that like to play games digitally, like you don't go to the store and physically pick up games and insert them into the disc and watch them load and all that stuff like that. Think about this. The original Xbox One S came with what, guys? A 4K Blu-ray player already built into the box. So now you're going to miss out on great 4K content. Now I know you guys are going to say, oh, you could just look at Netflix 4K content. It's not the same, man. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not the same. You know, I'm talking about for the people like myself who are actually into Blu-ray movies, okay? Who still love physical copies of movie media is what I'm talking about. Okay, like myself. Okay, I'm weird like that. But that's the one I'm talking about. It doesn't even come with an optical drive. So you can't even take advantage of the 4K Blu-ray player that was included in the original. So why is that $250 when it should be roughly about $199? Or maybe a little bit cheaper? That's another video. So, it is what it is, guys. Now, as far as what the representatives also had to say about the internal specs of the said console / computer or whatever you want to call it, here's what the representatives also had to say. But Atari representatives stressed that the VCS is a modern platform powered by a Ryzen R1606G Raven 2 APU, roughly the equivalent of a dual-core 4-thread Zen CPU and a Vega GPU. Enough about that. That can handle 4K video streams, which means it's ready for services like Google Stadia or Microsoft's xCloud. Getting 4K resolution on a locally run game with a decent level of 3D detail and frame rate seems nearly impossible, though. Atari's provided example of a modern, quote-unquote, game running on the system was a Linux version of Borderlands 2, a 2012 title that frankly chugged along at a pretty choppy frame rate in our hotel suite demonstration. So, based off of that information, you guys aren't even coming off at a great start. Okay, you're showing an old ass game from 2012, like Borderlands 2, on a supposedly up-to-date console with updated specs in 2019, and it's still, according to here, it's still choppy as hell. It's not even a smooth frame rate. And this is the final product that you guys will release to the public. Who the hell's going to buy this thing? I mean, a guy from the 1970s. You know, he's not going to buy this crap. He's not going to spend $250 on it. I mean, it may be a little bit nostalgic, but he's not going to spend that money. A younger guy like myself, you know, growing up in the 80s and 90s, you know, and still games to this day, I'm not going to buy it. I don't need it. Raspberry Pi. You see what I'm saying? So, who's the console for? And I asked this question a year and some change ago when I made the last video. I said, who is the freaking console for? Okay? What market are you trying to advertise to? I'm just not understanding that. So, now I'm not going to put this on the screen, guys, but it says that Atari doesn't want, like when people call it the VCS a console, because that word applies to a closed system. Okay? Often sold at a loss, where the platform holder has full control over the hardware and the apps and games that can be sold and run on it. So on this score, VCS does at first look like a console, but has a slick interface for users to buy and play downloadable titles. I know your next question, guys, is are you able to customize this, since it's quote-unquote, according to the information and according to Atari representatives, an open box, so to speak? Somewhat. So it does say that the hackers won't be able to replace a central APU chip internal solid state drive and RAM can be easily accessed and replaced with standard parts. So what that means is, guys, that it goes into, according to information, something called sandbox mode. So once you put it in sandbox mode, you can actually run, like example, on Linux, you can run like a full copy of Windows, okay? And then you can basically like stream your games, okay? Like Steam, okay? And if you guys, I didn't do a video on this, but if you guys know all about Steam, that pretty much failed when they tried that out, okay? So, as it says, it's a niche market, but it is what it is, okay? So, there is some customizational options with the console, but again, I don't think it's worth no $250, okay, guys? There's more information on here, you know, but like I said, Raspberry Pi. But I think that will probably be your best choice, okay, guys? Go with the freaking Raspberry Pi because you're going to save a lot of money, all right? So give me your guys' thoughts and opinions on this, man. You know, like I said, $250, you can buy something current right now. You can buy something that's up to date, like an Xbox One S that you know is going to run true 4K, okay? Hell, you could even go ahead on and cough up a little bit more money and get yourself an Xbox One X, okay? Get yourself an Xbox One X with 6 teraflops, okay, guys? It has that real raw computing power if you want to really get your 4K fix off. You see what I'm saying, guys? In my personal opinion, don't waste money on this console, man. $250. Take that money, like I said, and get yourself an Xbox One S or an Xbox One X, okay? Hell, I would even vouch for Sony and say go ahead and get yourself a Sony PlayStation 4 Pro, even though it's checkerboard 4K, but that too would be better than buying this crap here, okay? Or if you want to get into the whole building your own games and customization options and things like that, just get a Raspberry Pi, and then you can build your games truly the way that you want to build them, okay? So they're giving you that option on this console, but again, it's to each his own. I don't think it's worth $250 because you can get something a lot cheaper like a Raspberry Pi, like I keep mentioning in this video, and you can customize your own games and you can load and develop your own games the way that you want, okay? And you don't even have to spend not even half of the cost of what it would take you to do this. And remember, guys, it does not come with a freaking controller. It comes with a standard little joystick. So, again, if you're not into the whole I wouldn't even fool with it. If you guys want the regular standard controller, things like that, remember you gotta actually shell out an additional $50, which is the stupidest thing in the world to me. Now your cost just went up to $300, and you're not even getting a full 4K gaming experience. Okay, guys. Sorry for the full fools, but you get my point. Alright. So you guys have any comments and questions, leave it down below. If you guys actually want the source information, I can provide it to you. If you guys want to read more on this about it yourself, you do have that option. Okay, guys, there's a lot more information on here. I just want to touch bases on the most important points about this article. Okay. As far as the release date, guys, it's not really available yet, but just keep in mind that I think GameStop and Walmart are now taking orders for the system according to the information, okay? So, and they're saying also that the Indiegogo backers should receive units in December. So, there's no concrete full release date to the public as of yet. Like I said, this thing was supposed to release last year in 2018 in the spring. Now it's a year later, and here we are. Alright, so if you're interested, if you want to know more information, just stay tuned, keep it locked, DC Show, and when more information comes available on this console, computer, whatever you're supposed to call this thing, I will let you guys know. Alright, also guys, make sure that you like and share this content. I would definitely appreciate that. Also, if you enjoy the content, make sure to just smack the hell out of the subscribe button to the White Meat Show. Alright, And last, do not forget to tap the bell symbol. That way you receive notifications when the DC Show puts up new, or in some cases, updated content. So I appreciate you guys watching and listening and tuning in. Until the next time, have a good one.